What is up guys, DuckBoy here and welcome to today's video. Hope you're having a fantastic day. Now we're going to be starting episode 3 now of Bronze to Gold, which I'm sure you're aware of now. Just first of all to say, those of you who watched the last episode, apologies for the poor quality. Not sure what happened with it. It looked fine as always. I'm doing the editing. As soon as it got uploaded to YouTube, especially on the second part of the video, the sound quality went really funny. There wasn't a lot I could do about it. I hope it was watchable because we did have quite a good game in the second one. We got to get 4 goals. So obviously, as you know, that means that we will be upgrading 4 players today. Now I've had a little play around, so I'm just going to show you in a second now the squad which I've now upgraded. So we've got 4 bronze players that have been upgraded to silver players. So let's take a look at that squad now. And there you can see, so what I've done is just changed it around a little bit, obviously due to some of the players lacking in fitness. Try not to spend too much money. I'll go over the money side of things in a second, but this is the squad that we're going to be playing with in today's first game anyway. I've upgraded the goalkeeper. He was one of the ones that we actually got free when we started the Ultimate Team originally. So obviously I'll try to get him cut back on cost as much as possible, so we've upgraded him. We've also upgraded one of the midfielders. He's a CDM, another German. Now the German theme seems to be running through the team. Purely coincidentally, we just seem to have got an awful lot of German players when we started this Ultimate Team squad. So again, for the interest of chemistry, and rather than buying other players that aren't really going to fit in and may not be in the squad for ages anyway, if we continue to upgrade certain ones. So I brought him in as well. He happened to be German as well. Both the goalkeeper and the CDM were both from that nationality, so he slots in quite nicely on that side there as well. Now the other 2 players I had to buy because we didn't have any other silver players in the squad, so I upgraded the left back, mainly because the left back that we had was running low on fitness, and again, sometimes on fitness cards you almost spend as much as getting a new player, so I thought, well, we can interchange those 2 if we need to. So we upgraded him, the left back, another German who obviously fits in with the German centre back. And then finally, I thought we'd get a left-sided midfielder. Again, went for a German. He was nice and cheap. He's actually not too bad. We'll just bring up the details of him. He's actually got 90 pace, so hopefully he can do a little bit of damage out on that left-hand side, tearing up the wing. So they were the upgrades I've made, and then I've also brought in this guy. He actually plays for Middlesbrough, Fuster. And I didn't actually realise that he's got quite good pace and all for a bronze player, 80 pace. So we've given Pigger a rest, one because his fitness was getting right down, and we've kept old Patrick, who got 2 goals on his debut up front last time. And we had to change this guy as well, Featherstone. I think he did score in the 4-0 win as well. Fortunately he picked up an injury and we haven't got an injury card at the moment, so I didn't want to just go wasting money on that. Speaking of the money, you can see now, I think we had about 1,500 coins at the start or the end of the last match. I spent, I think it was 150 on the left back and 250 on the left midfield that we upgraded. Now the reason why it's only gone down 100 is because we bought some players that allowed us to complete one of the manager tasks, which gave us 300 coins back. So we only ended up spending about 100 coins net on those 2. I did a couple of the squad builder challenges as well, just the bog standard bronze first ones. There were some players that we were never going to use, and they only had to use like 2 or 3 players in each one of those. So we've got a couple of packs to open, so we'll get in and do that in case we get any bronze players. So obviously if we do get a couple of bronze players, we can still use them at the moment because obviously we're not going to have completely upgraded the squad. So if they're good enough, we can bring them in. It's the first pack, see if we get anybody that may be of use. Germans obviously would be welcome. We get an Argentinian there, striker. Always handy to have an extra striker, but hasn't got anything outstanding on the stats. A right back, Scottish Fraser, not bad pace, but don't know what league he plays in. Scottish Premier, he's not really going to fit in. And a Japanese guy there who plays, I think, in the Japanese league as well. Left back. Some contracts, which are always handy, some badges, and 100 coins, there we go. So we've actually now spent nothing at all on those players that we bought. I think we're back to exactly where we was in the last game. So we'll send all that to the club, and then we'll open the second pack quickly, just before we get into the first game today. And who we're going to be getting, and right back, I don't think he's going to be too brilliant. Hardly anything at all in this one, just another contract and stadium that we've already got anyway, so we shall send all that to the club. Okay, so we've seen our squad that's coming up, that's going to be obviously playing in today's game, so without further ado, let's get into the first game.
A few moments later.
Hi guys, DuckBoy back here again. Massive apologies. As you can see on the screen now, this is the squad that we come up against. He had 2 golds, quite a few bronzes, and a couple of silvers as well. Now obviously this was all recorded on Facecam, but unfortunately the camera decided to stop recording and I didn't realise, so obviously the whole episode was done. So now obviously I've got to go and do a voiceover for it at this stage, which is very annoying. Apologies, but at least we got some of the FaceTime at the start of the video, but obviously the rest of it from now on will have to be me voicing it over, but hopefully the episodes are still going to be as entertaining as we just get underway in the first one here. We're playing obviously in the black kit, and obviously we've already gone through all the players that we've upgraded just before this. Now obviously my opponent did pause the game here. The win did pretty well. Nice little cut back there. And we got into the penalty area with our new man. We've just ball and smashes it home for the first goal. That was our new CDM that we just picked up, the new silver player, Mole I think his name is. Great shot. Keeper maybe should have done better. Parried it with his hand onto the crossbar and in. But there you see. Our new CDM coming in with a goal pretty early on there. I think we're in about the 7th minute at this stage, so we was pretty happy with that. Got off to a flying start. Definitely seemed to have a little bit more about us, and he was absolutely skinning it here over on the left hand side. Our new German, and pulls it back, looking for a second, and a good save from the goalkeeper there. But yeah, out on that left hand side he was absolutely caning them every single time he got the ball. He really, his pace was just too much even for some of his non-rare gold players to deal with. Into the penalty area, thought he was going to make something happen, but in the end it come to absolutely nothing. And the goalkeeper dealt with that. I don't think that even registered as a shot there, that effort that he just had on goal. Lovely ball through, and obviously we were going to use the pace of our man out here on the left. You can see he's just gliding past them, gets there again, pulls it back, and that's unlucky to attack it. Tries to slot it through, but miles too hard. The goalkeeper just deals with that there. A lot of space there. Played it in. Oh, I thought for a second there that we was just going to get a penalty. I thought maybe he'd been clipped, but I think he just slipped, so no penalty. But we get the ball back straight away again. Another attack. I thought we'd passed the ball well here. Nice interchange, but we did have an awful lot of space. Throws it out wide, inside to Meyer, and that's a goal. Fantastic finish again from our man Patrick, the German. Onto his right, hit it, arrowed right into the far corner. As I say, I think he has good finishing from that area. Got away with that, and again I thought he had a counter-attacking chance here again. He played the right ball there out wide, cut inside, and I thought, oh, this was going to be a goal for a second, but just managed to sort of snuff it out and get enough bodies round that the shot was crowded out. And that was half time. As you can see, 5 shots, 4 on target, not one to my opponent a shot on or off target at all, which is a surprise to get to half time and not see that, but we was pretty happy. 56% possession as well, so we was well on top at this stage, and hoping we could score some more goals as we went into the second half. After that you would think you would look at it and try and go more attacking, but again we was looking dangerous on these counter attacks. Nice bit of passing there around the midfield. We had our boy out on the left hand side. Unfortunately though, he does start to fade in a bit with his pace. I think we probably burnt him out too much, and he's maybe not got the greatest stamina. Did well there, nice little shot, and that was unlucky. That was our new man there. I thought he was going to get on the score sheet, but just hit it wide. Here we go again. As you can see now, his fitness bar, look, he's right down now, almost getting into the red. He was struggling, but he did well to pull that back, and I thought this was going to be a goal chance, but just hit it Fuster there into the side netting, and he was man over. I thought he was going to score here again, but just pulls it wide, but it was offside anyway, so it wouldn't have counted. And here's our man again, tries to cut inside, and by this stage I think I was looking at it now and thinking he's pretty much killed himself in this game, so we're going to have to make a substitution in a minute and take him off. We was just waiting for the right opportunity to do that, and there you see he's pulled up there trying to defend that on his hamstring. You can see he's limping. So yeah, my opponent had a corner here, so as soon as we got the ball back from the corner, we made the substitution. As you can see, he's struggling there to limp off, because maybe done with a stretcher, but he hobbles off. He did make a change now. My opponent brought on a 59 bronze for a 57. Not that that was going to really make an awful lot of difference, and to be honest, it didn't make any difference at all to the way that he was playing. So we were just holding on to the ball there. No need to throw it out quick. We didn't really have anybody to throw it to, so obviously key to keep hold of the ball and make sure that we didn't concede any goals, if we wanted to upgrade at least 2. And it was the Korean on his first spell on the ball. Just before the full-time whistle went, we did get another chance towards the end. That was a nasty tackle there from the Premier League Gold Olsen, who really had a torrid time for the whole game, especially when we had our pacey left winger on at the first half. He really struggled, but we just tried to dink this one in and didn't really cause too much with that. I thought we were going to get the drop down, but didn't. And here we go again. I think this is maybe now the final chance. Yeah, it was with Patrick. I thought we were going to make it 3-0, did everything right, held them off, and it just come back off the post. That was unlucky for him there. He was really dead, but he managed to hold them off, but didn't matter. We got the 2-0 win. That was exactly what we was looking for, so we could upgrade 2 more players. Absolutely dominated, a clean sheet there for our new goalkeeper, which was a nice start for him. And yeah, it was just a great performance from start to finish and fully in control. A man of the match there was our new CDM Mole, who got 9.5 there on the rating, which was pretty impressive. Got another 500 coins or so to the total, and there you can see the stats say it all. 12 shots, 6 on target, and it doesn't happen too often in FIFA and games that I play anyway, that we don't have our opponent have a single shot at all on or off target. That really doesn't happen very often, but it happened today in this game, and we had way more possession as well, 57 to 43. Absolutely dominated in all departments, which is good. So nice win there, and that also means now we can go and obviously upgrade the 2 players that we were able to do. And we're going to show you that in just a couple of seconds, and then we'll show you what the new squad looks like with the upgrades that we have made.
A few moments later.
Okay guys, we're back now with the upgraded squad. These are the 2 changes that we've made. As you can see, we've changed the centre mid there, the 70 rated now. We've brought in him, obviously German as well, so he links with the CDM quite nicely. That's his stats there. 74 pace, which isn't too bad. Fairly decent dribbling, decent shooting as well. So hopefully he should make a fairly decent addition to the squad as well, and it also will link in with the other striker if we do want to move them around as well. And then we brought in the right midfielder as well. He again has got 82 pace, I believe there, 68 rated, but again dribbling and the other stats aren't too bad. So should definitely do quite well getting down that wing with a fair bit of pace. So that's the squad we're going to be rocking now as we go into the second game. A bit of a different formation we're coming up against here. Plays a wider front sort of 3 with 2 just behind and a sort of 5 in defence, but they can obviously sort of play as wing backs as well. They're 3 silvers, Butland in goal, who I thought to myself could be a bit of a tricky opponent with a goalkeeper on loan. But here we go, we're into the second game now. Brought it down one of his chests. This was our new sign-in on the right hand side in midfield. Did well there, pulled it back nicely into the penalty area. There's a good chance, good block though from the goalkeeper Butland. But again, nice little passing around the edge of the penalty area. Ball played back, swung the ball in, but dealt with fairly easily by his defenders. He was off and running, looking for a counter-attack, but seems to be a bit isolated there. And the one sort of up front, the 2 wider attackers weren't really in sight to lend any support, especially. This was a chance. We've got into the penalty area. Good little parry away there again from Butland, and it just sneaks out for a corner. Slaps that behind for another corner. He's already made 2 or 3 saves already here, and could be a difficult customer to beat. He tried to launch it in, got the head, it sort of bounces down, Butland sort of scrambles that away again. Tried to sort of pull it back, but we go for the cross. Butland drops it and then sort of jumps on it at the second attempt, does well, and then what on earth he's doing here I don't know. Rolls it right out to my attacker, who can't believe his luck, and that's his first goal for the club there. The Premier League, Middlesbrough, Fewster I think his name is, and he was given an absolute gift there. So Butland has started quite well, and I was thinking, oh, he's going to be trouble today, but he makes a mistake there, look, then jumps on it, does well, got the ball. Don't know why he's trying to throw it out as quickly as that when there's so many players round, and Fewster just says thank you very much and pretty much rolls it into an empty net. So lovely gift of a goal there to start with, and that set us on our way there. Back inside again and kept it going. You can see there's a lot of players out here on the right hand side, which I tried to find. Goes down, thought maybe that was a foul, but referee thought otherwise. But again, bit of a poor clearance, just straight back to my defenders, so we can start the attack all over again. Tried to take him on there but didn't get it, but got a little bit of luck, got it back second time. Nice little bit of skill, trying to find some room, dinks it back, but unfortunately didn't fall to a white shirt. Working hard to win the ball back, and then we knock it across the box here. I think to myself, let's have a dink. We do, it hits the crossbar and hits Butland and goes in. Butland's day going from bad to worse after he was at 100% fault for the first goal. He was probably unlucky with that one, but made himself look a bit silly. Good effort though, that was from the new centre midfielder that we brought in. Obviously, unfortunately, it won't go down as his goal because the obviously it's an own goal, as you can see there, off the crossbar, bit of a comedy goal, but we will take that all day long. I think this is the last action of the first half. It is. So again, in control at half time. It's same as we was in the last game, 2-0. Not maybe as dominant as we was in the first game, but that wasn't likely to be. So as you can see the stats there, 5 shots to his 4, 4 on target to his 2, so he has posed more of a threat, but again, plenty of possession for us, and I knew that if we can kept that going in the second half, we were going to be on top still. So as we go into the second half, we'll find out as the second half unfolds. This was a good free kick from one of our new players that we brought in. I think it was Adlin who had a go there with his right. I thought the way Butland was playing, I thought let's try and put him under a bit of pressure and have a shot here, and it was a good shot, right on target, and you can see it better I think from the replay from behind the goal. It was going in that side of the net, got it up and down really well, and that was a good save actually from Butland. It was going in, and it had a bit of maybe not quite enough pace, but certainly posed a threat. So that was one of the better attacking moments of the second half for us. And we make a substitution here because Patrick up front was struggling with his stamina. He was really really slow, really out, and he needed a change there. So we brought in Piggott up front just to give us a little bit of fresh legs and give Patrick a rest. Fortunately no goal for him today, so it's his first game that he hasn't scored for us, but not too bad. That's 3 goals from 3 games, so I would have taken that at the start. And Piggott gets involved early. This is his sort of spell on the ball there. He plays a little 1-2, gets it back. Thought maybe he was going to score after just coming on, didn't. Butland, don't know why he's punching the air like that, because it's pretty much his fault that his side are 2-0 down anyway. But been, well, absolutely dominant really. Unfortunately the second half has been a bit of a snore fest, as we just tried one final attack, but we didn't have time as the full-time whistle went. So just as in the first game, the 2 goals coming in the first half, and not too much going on after that. We had 2 or 3 attempts in the second half, but nothing really that great. But we did damage in the first 45, which I was delighted with. Few have got the man of the match there on that one. And as you can see from the stats, we were dominant. 8 shots, 7 on target. He had 5 shots with 3 on target. Way more possession, as you can see, and obviously shot and pass accuracy was higher than him as well. So we take the 2-0 lead, 2-0 result rather, which means we can upgrade 2 players in the next game, which obviously I'll do that and show it to you before we start the next game when we go into that. So yeah, really pleased to got 2 back-to-back wins, and that also brought us the promotion. So if we can get another win in the next game, we will get the division title, and then we can add hopefully a few more coins, which will obviously help us out with the upgrades and etc. Again, apologies guys for the loss of the face cam. It's really annoying that I've had to go back and do the voiceover afterwards. But just a quick note as well, thank you very much to everybody who subscribed, as we've now got up to I think 64 subscribers. So thank you very much. If you are new, please subscribe, please leave a like on this video, and I say we'll be back very soon with episode 4 with those 2 upgrades. But for now, this is DuckBoy signing out, saying thank you very much guys, and see you soon.